Good morning. My name is Jeremy Wrathall and I'm the founder and CEO of Cornish Lithium. Cornish Lithium is a highly innovative company using modern techniques to explore Cornwall for metals that are needed for electric vehicles and other technologies. I'm a mining engineer by training and I'm extremely proud to have attended Cornwall's world-famous Camborne School of Mines, as that set me up for an amazing journey in the mining industry worldwide over the last 30 years. The subject of the new normal for Cornwall has been much on my mind since the outbreak of the coronavirus, and the lockdown has given me the opportunity to think very carefully about the profound changes that the virus has brought to our society, to our country, and of course, to Cornwall. Despite the many negatives that have occurred during this extremely difficult time, there's been at least one positive, and that is clean air, which the whole world is now enjoying. As I sit recording this video, the sky is clear blue with no aeroplane vapour trails, and pollution levels have reportedly dropped across the country by 50% or more, particularly in levels of nitrogen dioxide, hence making our lungs healthier and arguably better placed to fight the virus. And this brings me neatly on to how we can ensure the levels of pollution stay low and how I see Cornwall playing a vital part. Many people now believe that this is the time to accelerate towards a low-carbon future, and that, strangely enough, the crisis gives the UK the opportunity to play a leading part, particularly as we head towards hosting the important COP26 Conference on Climate Change, which will now take place in 2021. It is very important to remember some history as we sit here thinking about how Cornwall can rebuild its economy after the pandemic. As some of you may be aware, between 1850 and when the last tin mine shut down in 1998, nearly 150 years later, Cornwall suffered hugely as miners and associated expertise emigrated to the New World. Miners left Cornwall for South Africa, Canada, the Americas, Australia, you name it. There's an old saying that wherever in the world there was a mine or a hole in the ground, you would find a Cornishman at the bottom of it. This mass emigration deprived Cornwall of not just people, but also of talent, innovation and finance. Before the emigration, Cornwall was undoubtedly the mining capital of the world, but also, importantly, a leading centre of innovation and scientific discovery. Mining in Cornwall remains a key industry given that the China clay industry is still one of the largest employers in the county, but maybe we now can also build another mineral extraction hub focused on the metals needed for batteries and electric vehicles. And this leads me to what I want to talk about, what I want to call the 3 I's for Cornwall: imperative, imagination and innovation. And in my view, these are the 3 factors that could lead to new industries in Cornwall following the COVID crisis. Everything has to start with an imperative, and never has there been a bigger imperative than rebuilding the economy of Cornwall after coronavirus, together with preventing climate change. In order to respond to these twin imperatives, we have to have imagination, and this has to be coupled with the 3rd I, innovation. Currently, the UK and Europe as a whole produce no lithium, and hence we are at a severe risk in our supply chains when we aspire to build batteries and electric vehicles. The COVID crisis has fractured existing supply chains overnight, and our government is now very focused on the challenges that this brings. Even Boris Johnson is now aware of the potential to produce lithium in Cornwall, as he mentioned in Prime Minister's Question Time before we all went into lockdown. Cornish Lithium is all about imagination and innovation, trying to think differently about what could be possible and how the creation of new industries may bring hundreds of new jobs and boost the local economy. Modern technology provides the opportunity to overcome the difficulties of mineral exploration in Cornwall through the use of modern computing and other technologies. This gives us the chance to combine historical records with modern-day data from satellites and drones to see the mineral potential that is still undoubtedly left in the ground. So maybe the aftermath of the current crisis will prove a chance for Cornwall to reclaim its birthright, to rediscover its destiny as the centre of innovation, and to respond to the imperative of climate change by becoming the battery materials hub for the UK. We have a quote from Michael Faraday, one of Britain's greatest innovators, printed on our office wall, which says, "But still try, for who knows what is possible." This is very relevant in the crisis in which we all find ourselves, as we cannot, unfortunately, simply return to the old ways. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to the opportunity to help rebuild the economy of Cornwall as the restrictions from the COVID crisis ease. In closing, I'll leave you with those three words: imperative, imagination, and innovation, as these are the keys to the future.